Hi, welcome to Wanderlusting Lawyer, where I talk all things Camino de Santiago. Today I have another video for you in my Gear I Love for Hiking the Camino series. You guys seem to be enjoying these. I'm trying to bring, oh, excuse me. Let me grab a sip of water here. I'm trying to bring you content, or rather, gear that you might not have heard about before, or that's a little less obvious. So today I'm going to be talking about waterproof socks. I've never made a video specifically about this. I did talk about these, I think, in just my general sock video. May have mentioned them in my luxury items video, but I would not really consider this a luxury item. I can only find one of my socks for some reason right now, but here it is. So let me talk to you a little bit about my philosophy and then talk to you a little bit about the sock. So waterproof socks, should you bring them? I'm a definite yes. I actually, even though this is wild, I've only ever used them on one day on the 44 days I've been on the Camino, but they were amazing that day. And I know I just had amazing luck and I'm gonna get more rain eventually. So here's why. I think, especially if you're walking in an area or in a season where you know it's likely to be rainy, these are a lifesaver, especially when paired with hiking sandals. I hike in Keens, so I just use my same Injinji liners under these, put these on, and then put on my Keen sandals on a day where there was basically no question that it was expected to rain all day. It was the day I walked into Leon. And so it did rain all day, and I had these on with my sandals. And let me tell you, when we came to, there was a part of the Camino where there was a dip in the path, in the road. And it was probably at least ankle high. It was high enough to cover most hiking boots. And so that meant that even if you had waterproof boots, waterproof shoes, your feet were getting wet because the water was going in over the top. There was actually nowhere to go around. Anywhere around was actually worse because this was at least like asphalt that was super muddy and also full of water. So I actually waded right through, stayed bone dry inside my socks. Everyone had to stop after, change their socks, let their feet dry out, which isn't a big deal, but some people didn't necessarily have an extra pair of shoes. So even if they could change their socks, their shoes were soaked. And a lot of people I know got pretty bad blisters after that incident. So for me, even this one day having them was amazing. I would do it again, especially like I said, if you're going to be walking when it's really wet. And again, the advantage of these over Gore-Tex, waterproof footwear is that that's not going to protect you in ankle-high water. And also, I haven't used them, but I've heard they can make your feet really, really sweat, which also can lead to blisters. I would personally rather go with breathable shoes for almost every day on the Camino. And then when I know it's going to be rainy, layer these with, you could layer them with your shoes. Your feet will still stay dry. It's just your shoes will get soaked. I wore the Keens because I wanted them to dry more quickly, knowing they were going to get soaked. The sacrifice, though, I will say, well, one, they're pretty hideous. Two, they're heavier. So this is a unisex pair, size medium. Each one weighs about 2 ounces, so 4 ounces total. They're pretty bulky. They actually were totally comfortable, especially with the liner. I didn't have any issues there, but they just weigh a little bit extra. To me, again, it was totally worth it, but there is that consideration. They're also an extra cost. They're not, this brand I had great experiences with. I had tried on a few other brands. This to me was the most comfortable. It's Randy Sun. Got them on Amazon. I'll include a link below if you want to support the channel. I looked up, I bought them for $23.99. Today they are still $23.99. So they have not given into inflation. So even though they're kind of expensive, they're still, especially again, if you're gonna be walking a notoriously wet Camino, or right now, like in April when it's usually very, very rainy on almost, not any route, but on a lot of the routes, you can get weeks straight of rain. I would highly recommend waterproof socks. Order a couple different pairs, put them on your feet, see what works the best. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this or any other gear you're interested in seeing me review. I could always potentially get some new stuff to try out on my next Camino, which fingers crossed is sooner than later. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Muy buen camino.